Hey guys, welcome to the Penguin House. My name is Shannon. This is Andrew. We will be doing your encounter today. Now, we know none of you guys came here to meet us. You just came to meet our birds, and that's okay with us. So we'll go ahead and introduce you to them. We'll start with our oldest birds. We got front and center, the pretty girl Simon right here in that orange band. She has a cute little beauty mark right above her eye. It's one way you can tell her apart. And then she has her sister, who's our most petite bird over here. This is Paula. She's got that black band on. They're 9 years old. But we also have one other 9-year-old in here, and that is Randy right here in that lighter blue band. Do you guys recognize those names? Paula, Randy, and Simon?
American Idol.
American Idol, yes. That's exactly it. When they came to us, they came with a little bit of different names. And we decided we're going to change it. So what they did was putting each picture of the American Idol judges on the ground. Then whatever picture the bird went to, that was their name from here on out. Now Randy is spelled with an I, not a Y. So those are our oldest girls in here. And then we have our middle group, which is our food group. We have Red Pepper right here. She's got a red band on. And then her sister Blueberry up there, she's got a darker blue band on. Feathers are a little scruffy right now. That's how you can tell Blueberry apart. And then we have the pretty girl Green Bean right here. She's got a single black dot on her all white belly, and that's one way that you guys are able to tell Green Bean apart. Now they came to us with the names green, blue, and red. Way too generic for us. We had to spice it up a little bit. So we added bean, pepper, and berry to their names. And they just turned 7 in November. Then we have our final group of birds, which is, I like to say, our troublemakers. We have Sandy, who is chowing down over there. I call her Chunky Monkey. She's our biggest bird, but we love her just the same. She's got a yellow band on. And then we have Sandy's sister, our own personal Sour Patch Kid, and that's Speckles right here. She's got a hot pink band on because she's earned that hot pink band. One minute, she's super, super sweet, super, super lovey, and the next minute, baby toes are her favorite toy. You never know what you're gonna get with Speckles. So, now that I've introduced you guys to all the birds, Andrew's gonna bring around a bird, and we're gonna see who wants to participate and meet you guys. So, these girls get 2 names here in the United States. They're called the African penguins, or sometimes the black-footed penguins. This is for 2 reasons. They do live in the warm, sunny beaches of Cape Town, South Africa. If you guys look up, it's the bottommost tip of Africa. They're living in 60 to 100-degree weather. Now, the second way that they get their name, the black-footed penguin, Simon is my perfect model here. Come here, Sally. You guys, oh, I know I love you. See these cute little black feet that Simon's got? That's where they get the name black-footed penguins. Good girl. So that's that. However, if you guys were down in South Africa and said, hey guys, I want to go meet those penguins, those black-footed penguins, or even African penguins, they would look at you like you were from the United States. And that is because down in South Africa, they are not called that. There's little ones in the room, so parents, do the math. The other word for a donkey is their name. So, and that they get their name because they call just like a donkey. Their beret sounds very similar to a donkey. Now, living in 60 to 100-degree weather, that's pretty hot. We keep it around 65 in here because that'd be too hot for us to work in here. So the way that they're able to live in those high temperatures, is you guys see that pretty pink above their eye? Randy's a great model right here. That is bare skin, and it works just like our cheeks do. When we turn hot, we get flushed and we're able to release heat through our cheeks. They're also able to do that with that bare skin right there. Another fun thing that they do is they'll fluff and shake. So when I randomly point at a bird and say, fluff and shake, this is what I'm talking about. That's where they're gonna fluff up their feathers really big, and then they're gonna shake them on out. That's as if I was going like this with my shirt, just trying to release the hot air out from underneath. They do have 2 layers of feathers, so they will fluff up both of those layers and then shake them on out. Now I just showed you guys those black feet. Those are super important to them. Not only is it their own personal built-in flip-flop, because have you guys been to the beach? I've heard my feet on the sand before, I don't know about you guys. But they don't have to worry about that because they have those black feet. But they're also able to release heat that way, which I think is pretty cool. And then the final fun way that they're able to do that, my pretty girl, oh I know, you're so happy. This is Simon. So you guys can see that Simon's feathers come down to right here. If you guys, when you get to the cold weather penguin exhibit downstairs, take a look at their feathers. They come all the way down to their feet. Whereas Simon, she's got her little shorts on, she's ready to go swimming at the beach, which is pretty fun. So, have you guys have mostly been all through downstairs at this point. Great. So you've seen a 14.5-foot American alligator, you've seen 300-pound sharks, the otters, Asian small-clawed otters. So out of everything you've seen here today, who do you think eats the most in one singular day?
Magic or Mike.
Mighty Mike. That's a really good guess. Does anybody else have another guess for me? What was that?
The shark.
Sharks. That's another great one. Anyone else?
I like snowball and snowflake.
Snowball and snowflake. So the gators and sharks. Okay. You guys are all absolutely wrong. Did you say penguins?
I said the penguins.
Penguins. Yes, she's right. The rest of you guys, I'm sorry. Maybe next time.
They look hungry right now.
We actually just fed them. So, on their hungriest day,
Look at them.
Simon is our record holder. She was eating fish this size.
Wow.
How many fish do you think Simon ate on her hungriest day?
20. 15.
Higher.
100. I was going to say 30. 200.
I'll give you guys a hint. 50. Mid-range, double digits, and there might be a 4 in the number.
45.
Oh, you did it.
54.
40, yes. Simon does hold that record of 40 fish on her hungriest day.
Wow.
Now parents, you know what goes in must come out. So they do gross fact of the day. Go to the bathroom every 15 to 20 minutes. We spray down this floor literally 5 minutes before you guys were in here. Wow. And they ate quite well, let me tell you. They are very spoiled. They do get fed fish on a typical day about this size. They're going to eat 3, maybe 5 fish on their hungriest day. But you guys did something pretty awesome today just by coming in and meeting these girls. With purchasing your ticket, you're helping save this species. In 2000, this species was around 80,000 birds out in the wild. However, an oil spill by Sunken Treasure, that's the company, killed off half their species. So they're now down to less than 40,000 just from the one oil spill. Wow. Without our help in the next 15 to 20 years, these birds could and probably would go extinct. So we don't want that to happen. So with purchasing your guys' tickets today, you did something awesome because you donated to different organizations to help save this species. A huge one being Sandcow, which helps South African coastal birds, just like these penguins here. So the girls, they really want to thank you for coming out and helping save their family out in the wild. Now, they're not good at high fives. Call it high five. Okay. No. Not very good at hugs either, but they are pros at posing for pictures on the rock. So we're going to put this rock in front of your guys' group. 2 rules about the rock. It is a no-touch zone. Our birds are not very sturdy on the rock, and we don't want to push off an endangered species today.
Oh, no.
So don't touch them. Also, guys, we're not SeaWorld, but we have a splash zone. I just told you how often they go to the bathroom. Every 15 to 20 minutes. Unfortunately, that does not stop if they're on a rock. It does wash off, I promise you. Otherwise, I would need a new uniform every day. If you guys just saw Speckles right here, front and center, she just did a fluff and shake. That's what I was talking about with that big fluff and that big all shake. So, back to the rock. It does wash off, I promise you. Otherwise, we would all need new uniforms every single day. And it's good luck to be pooped on by a bird. Maybe the wild lottery ticket or something. It's kind of cool. So this is a great point, guys. Does anybody have any questions about the birds? The life expectancy, that's a great question. So she just asked how long do they live? Under professional animal care, they have a great life expectancy. They have lived into their 40s under professional care. However, out in the wild where they have a lot of other factors playing into that, they live to be about 10, 15 years old. Any other questions?
Do they stay in large groups or small ones?
They do. If you guys look up here, this is Boulder Beach. This is their primary home down in South Africa. So you can see they do live in large colonies of birds, and they do pair up. Obviously, we have all females here, so they're not necessarily going to be a pair. They do live in large colonies, as you can see though. Any other questions?
Is there a reason why the penguins are all black and white?
That's actually a great question, and most people don't realize that.
Are they different colors ever?
They're not. There's one penguin that I know of at the Cincinnati Zoo that does have a black stomach.
Okay.
However, that's not a common thing to see. So there is a reason besides the cute little tuxedos that they have on.
Yeah.
It's called counter shading, and it's a form of camouflage. So out in the wild, they are going to spend about half their lifetime in the water. They love to swim. They have to fish to find all of their food. So that white belly is going to be at the top of the water. Have you guys ever been deep down in the water and you look up? The sunlight reflects into the water. It's very, very bright. So the predator below them is only going to see that white belly, and it's going to blend great with the surface.
Kind of like a great white shark.
It's exactly it. They are counter shaded as well.
Got
And
it.
then that black back, when they're deep into the water trying to catch those fish, you look down and it gets really dark and black.
Okay.
That's a great question. Yeah, any other ones?
Why do they have the different colored armbands?
Different color armbands is what she asked. That's a great one. So myself, I can tell these birds apart very easily. I can look down and say, oh, Brandy, Simon, Speckles. However, for you guys, we love when people come back and they're like, oh, I remember the one in the red band. I love red pepper. And we're able to tell people which one. It's also for our vets. He's not here every single day, so when we say, hey, we really need Blueberry to be looked at today, do you mind just taking a look at her? She's the one with the blue band. So just an identification for people who don't know the birds as well. It's a good one. Any other ones?
Do they sleep all nestled together, or do they like to separate?
That's actually a fun one. They do based on their pair. Although they are all females, they do still pair up as best friends, if you will. So the best friend pair will always, I mean, I've never seen them, but they always lay next to each other. I've never seen it to where they're not. So Green Bean and Brandy, they're a pair, and you can tell when you look in at night, they do sleep on their bellies. Who's who, just because you know who's laying in their pair. So they will snuggle up. I actually have a picture of Blueberry and Simon. Simon's little flippers around Blueberry. Yeah.
Do they lay eggs or do they actually have eggs?
Do they lay eggs or do they have the babies is what she asked. That's a good one too. So they do lay eggs. Every year they'll lay 1 or 2 eggs. Typically 2 is what you'll see with the African penguins. Out in the wild, usually 1 only makes it. It's hard to work with 2 eggs. They build burrows, and back in the 30s, the way that they build the burrows is they use their poop, mix it with the sand, and it builds a hard plaster substance. In the 30s, farmers figured that out, and they're like, this poop makes great fertilizer. So they were taking all of their poop. And that's another reason that they are endangered today. Now that they are a protected species, that is not happening. But without their poop, they can't make their burrows to keep their eggs safe. Any other ones, guys?
Do they groom each other like regular birds?
They do. They absolutely do. They groom each other all the time, although no one is doing it now. When you get the pair together, they always groom each other. So it's called preening here. Simon, she'll do it. They do it to us too. Hi. So right there, that's a happy. She's too happy to work. There we go. See how she's like giving little beaks. So that's called preening. They will do it to each other. Like I said, they are paired up still. Simon will preen on Blueberry, but then Blueberry will sometimes preen on Speckles, and so on and so forth. Any other questions?
How do they play?
They play very well. This is one of their toys. They like snakes, although they don't eat snakes. They do like snakes, especially Sandy over here. Come on.
Oh, they do.
Come on. So we do play with them. We do play with them quite a bit. This is a form of enrichment, just to say, and this is her favorite. Just to say, hey, thank you for coming to meet us today, for tuning in on this. Just a way to say thank you. You guys are awesome today. We can't reward them with food, so we have to reward them with playtime. That's a bit of a penguin. You're not done playing with me. So there is an upside to this species. Sandcrop is doing some awesome things to help save the species. But they're also part of the species survival plan, or we call it the SSP. So with that said, with these girls, if you guys haven't caught on, they are all females. We don't have any males here. We do not have any males in here because with such an endangered species, obviously we're not going to take any birds out from the wild, even to breed. That's too risky of a project. So we want to make sure that we have very diverse populations of these birds. With that said, to breed these girls right here, they would have to have a 97% genetic diversity with a male in another AZA institution, which is very rare to find because, again, they all come back bloodline, bloodline under professional care. We don't want kissing cousins. So heaven forbid there ever be another oil spill, we would have a diverse enough population to release these birds out in the wild and rebuild the population.
Good. That's really good.
Any other ones, guys? These are great questions. I'm surprised. Yeah, they get lots of different fish, herring, smell. Herring we feed by hand 3 times a day. And then they get a little bowl just to munch on for little snacks and their chips. I know meeting you. Okay, guys, we are officially out of time. I want to thank you so much for coming today. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself.
Oh,
Thank you.
I think we're